Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday here in Cypress, Texas. Ruben Lowing. Um, so it's the 15th, halfway through the month, and two things that popped out at me. In Genesis, um, Jacob gets his so he sees what is going on. He's got haters, right? He's got the his brother-in-laws, the sons of Laban, are they're like beside themselves because Jacob slid in because of his work ethic and got the majority of the uh, the herd from Laban, and so they're disgruntled, right? It's their own fault. They're being they're thinking just because oh man, I'm getting revelation. They're thinking just because they are the natural sons of Laban that should have been theirs, but because of what Jacob did, was willing to do, stay with the sheep, be the shepherd, basically living with the sheep all the time, that he got, he did two things. He took the daughters as wives and 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 spent all his time with the sheep, tending them and taking care of them, you know, and they prospered, they grew, they bred, they had more lambs, all right, and for that he got, they gave him you know, the blemish sheep. There's nothing wrong with them. Okay, they just didn't have pure white wool. Um, and so he gets the word from God to go back to the land of his father. And so he goes and tells. So he didn't just tell his wives, the daughters of Laban, that um, that the angel of God told him to go back to his father's land. He's got to tell him all this other stuff and how he got his wages got manipulated 10 times, got changed 10 times. He's got to so what he's doing is he's gathering consensus and turned the daughters of Laban against Laban. They're like, and they get upset because they feel that they've been treated like lesser than the daughters, for sure, like foreigners. That's what they say. They feel that's how they feel, that they've been treated by their father, and that their inheritance had been given away by their father to their husband, which that is like a bad deal. But then, so by doing this, they go, yeah, follow what God told you. Okay, so he did something very dangerous, is trying to gain a consensus. But they did two things. He got his wives who were opposed to be united, these two sisters that at each other all the time to agree, all right, and support him, okay, which they didn't always do. They're always looking at him to support them, and get what they wanted, which just kind of does both, right? Very interesting. The and this is repeated. This is repeated by Aslan. Aslan does this, with David, tries to get, by giving beneficial judgment to those people that had power and could help him, and he gained enough influence to challenge David's reign. There's a lot of this happening, and you see, and then you look in the New Testament. See, these are all things that Christ learned to do. Right? Very interesting. Very interesting parallels. All right, and then in Proverbs, it's King Lemuel writes chapter 31, the last chapter of Proverbs. Well, who's this King Lemuel? Well, it's another name for Solomon, and that's something. I had a sparring partner, Lemuel Nelson. He was a little kid, coming to the gym, little squirrely kid, little young, little messing with everybody all the time. And I went back, and there was him and Derek Gainer, and they were both. This is like pre-reign for both of them. They both won titles, but they were sparring this more experienced pros in the gym, and he's like making Bruce Lee sounds, and I felt he was being disrespectful. And I hadn't sparred in like 3 years. I glove up, and Roy Senior's like, "What are you doing? Who do you want to spar?" I'm like, "I don't care." Well, I did. I wanted to spar that pro, but he put me in there with Lemuel, who just gave this pro a hard time, and I baited him into a bolo punch, and I got him good. And then right behind it, a double left hook, and just mashed blood all over his face. And then the next day we're sparring. He's like, give me some pointers. I'm like, well, dude, you're a good boxer. You're just not hitting with enough authority. You gotta get their attention. Oh, he got my attention. He hit me with 2 uppercuts right on the chin. And next thing I know, my butt is hitting my heel. I didn't fall down. I didn't hit the floor. My butt hit the heel of my shoe. And boy, after that, it was, yeah. He got the lesson. And so, all of this that I'm telling you, Apostle Michael Petro does it really well. All right, he speaks. He gets this really gravelly voice, and he gets certain points he's trying to hit, and he just really, makes this emphasis. Right? What is he doing? He's speaking with authority. Okay. And what he'll do is he'll, with the understanding of the correct meaning of the words, all right, it changes the meaning of the verses, all right, and then he'll like get just like trying to wake people up on what that meaning, that how it changes things, how it turns everything around, that what we think we know, and just put some serious emphasis on it. Okay, so pay attention to what you're reading, and if I hadn't read the Bible as much as I have, and read and able to reflect on, there's a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things that you'll see that are people have done in the Old Testament that Christ duplicates in the New Testament. Okay, a lot of his leadership, a lot of things he says, a lot of the miracles. All right, it ain't the first time. He does it better. All right, says it better, does it better. All right, implements it strategically. All right, have a great day.